If you struggle to focus, it's not your fault. Your brain has been hijacked. Every notification, every quick dopamine hit, every time you check your phone, you're training yourself to be distracted. But what if you could take back control? What if you could focus so deeply that you get more done in a day than most do in a week? Stick around, because I'm going to show you exactly how to fix your focus once and for all. Most people think focus is about willpower or forcing yourself to sit down and grind, but real focus isn't about discipline. It's about eliminating distractions. You won't need discipline if you don't have any distractions around you. Let me give you an example. There are two people who need to study for an exam. Person A sits down to study but keeps checking his phone every few minutes. He scrolls through social media and watches a few short videos. And before he knows it, 2 hours have passed and he's barely covered a chapter. Person B, on the other hand, puts his phone on silent, closes unnecessary tabs, and focuses entirely on studying. In the same 2 hours, he's not only covered multiple chapters, but also retained more information. The difference? Person B isn't necessarily smarter. He's just better at blocking out distractions. And here's the harsh truth. Most people are terrible at focusing. It means that if you fix this, you get a huge advantage over almost everyone. Here's the reason why you're so easily distracted. Your brain is addicted to dopamine. Every time you check your phone or scroll through social media, your brain releases dopamine, the same chemical that makes gambling, smoking, watching porn, and eating junk foods addictive. Think about it. When was the last time you went to the bathroom without your phone? When was the last time you just sat in silence without music, podcasts, or texting someone? Exactly. We've trained our brains to constantly seek stimulation, and the more you feed that addiction, the harder it becomes to sit down and focus on one thing for a long time. The good news, you can retrain your brain to focus, and when you do, you'll become a productivity machine. How to fix your focus step by step. Step 1. Fix your diet. Your brain runs on energy, and the quality of that energy matters. Junk food fogs up your brain. It's like trying to see through a foggy windshield in the rain. Sugar and carbs might give you a quick boost, but that spike is always followed by a crash, leaving you sluggish and unfocused. If you want to stay sharp and productive, avoid them during work hours. Stick to meals that keep your energy stable. High protein and healthy fats like steak and eggs provide steady fuel for your brain and body. They keep you focused and productive without the energy crashes. Try intermittent fasting because fewer energy dips equals better focus. Ever wonder why you feel dead after lunch? It's because your body is using all its energy to digest that big bowl of rice instead of fueling your brain. Eat right and you can stay locked in for hours without feeling tired. Step 2. Control your morning routine. Your brain starts the day in whatever mode you put it in. If the first thing you do is grab your phone and scroll through notifications, you're already setting yourself up for distraction. A focused morning is a focused day. So, no phone, no emails, and no scrolling for at least 30 minutes after waking up. Do something that calms your brain, like for example, exercise, meditation, or reading. Your brain's first input of the day determines its focus level, which is why you should be mindful of what you do first after waking up. If you wake up and immediately flood your brain with 20 different things like reading messages, emails, and notifications, you can't expect it to just snap into deep work mode later. So, start the day slow and you'll be way more productive later. Step 3. Train your brain to ignore distractions. Most distractions aren't external, they're internal. It's your own wandering thoughts, urges, and emotions that distract you more than anything else. Mastering focus isn't about blocking out the world. It's about gaining control over your mind. Ever had the moment when you try to work on something, and out of nowhere, your brain goes, what if I trained a squirrel to do my job? Or, do fish ever get thirsty? Or, what if I suddenly became rich overnight? And boom, you're gone. To fix this, every time you get distracted, write it down. Keep a distraction log to track what pulls your attention away. Once you see the patterns, you can start fixing them. Most people don't even realize how much they distract themselves. Once you start tracking it, you'll see just how bad it is and how much time you've been wasting. Step 4. Use meditation to sharpen focus. So, how does meditation help? Simple. It trains your brain like a muscle. The more you practice, the stronger your focus gets. It's like hitting the gym, but for your mind. At first, you'll get distracted every few seconds. That's normal. But the more you practice, the better you get. So, don't stress out about not being able to meditate for long periods right away. If you can sit still and focus on your breathing for 10 minutes, imagine how much easier it'll be to sit down and grind for 3 hours without checking your phone. Step 5. Go all in or get nowhere. Focus isn't just a skill, it's a habit. If you constantly multitask, your brain adapts to jumping between distractions, making deep focus nearly impossible when you actually need it. The solution? Train your brain to stay locked in, no matter what you're doing. Working on a business plan? Just work. No phone and no scrolling. Talking to someone? Actually be there and put your phone away. Reading a book? Just read and no mindless scrolling or playing games. By strengthening your focus in everyday activities, you'll find it much easier to concentrate when it truly matters, whether it's work, learning, or achieving your goals. Step 6. Fix your work environment. Your surroundings can make or break your focus. A cluttered, noisy, or distracting space makes it way harder to get things done, while a well-organized setup helps you stay locked in. Instead of fighting distractions all day, set up your environment so focus comes naturally. A messy desk equals a messy mind. When your workspace is full of random papers, empty coffee cups, and other clutter, your brain has to process all that extra noise. That's why you need a clean space to help you think clearer and work faster. So before you start working, take a minute to tidy up. Put away anything you don't need for your task. Keep only the essentials like your laptop, notebook, and maybe a water bottle. Your phone is the biggest focus killer. Even if it's just sitting there, the temptation to check it is real. Put your phone in another room. Turn on Do Not Disturb, so notification sounds won't distract you from working. The less temptation you have, the easier it is to stay in the zone. The difference between those who stay stuck and those who break through isn't intelligence, talent, or luck. It's focus. The ones who learn to control their attention and eliminate distractions, they get 10x more done in a fraction of the time. And because of that, they build skills faster, create bigger opportunities, and more importantly, they make way more money. At the end of the day, you have two choices. Your first choice is to keep doing what you're doing. Stay distracted, procrastinate, and let your goals slip further away while others keep moving forward. Keep wondering why success feels out of reach and why no matter how hard you try, you never seem to make any progress. Your second choice is to decide to take control. Eliminate the noise, sharpen your focus, and start doing the work that you're supposed to be doing. Train yourself to stay locked in on what matters. Build unstoppable momentum and start winning both in life and in business. So, which path are you going to choose?